Tonight, the all clear is given in Superior after a scary scene involving a truck crashing into a building, causing a gas leak.
And tragedy on the range. A house goes up in flames, killing the 77-year-old woman inside.
And snow is coming, and plow drivers are walking off the job after St. Louis County can't come to terms with union drivers.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A truck crashed into an apartment building in Superior today, led to a gas emergency, road closures, and a major traffic backup.
According to Superior Police Department, a pickup truck spun out and slammed into the building on East 2nd Street just before 5 p.m. The truck damaged a gas meter and caused a gas leak. During that leak, emergency officials closed Highway 53 between 39th Avenue East and 41st Avenue East. CBS 3's Ryan Campo joins us now live from the scene in the Eloise neighborhood. Have we learned any new details tonight, Ryan?
Yeah, good evening, guys. And at this time, we still don't know exactly why this truck crashed into the building behind me. I'll take a step out and address the scene here. Just in the last 10 minutes or so, they have put a border on that right lower part where the truck crashed into it just after 5 p.m. And, you know, the significance of the damage, it's only a 35-degree speed limit here on Superior, or here in Superior, but the damage significant enough that the firefighters deemed it unstable, and those 5 will have to be left without a home this evening. Superior Fire was first on scene and noticed the truck had hit and damaged multiple natural gas meters. Officials say natural gas was actively leaking into the building. Fire crews shut down East 2nd Street and evacuated a half-block area around the building. Superior Water, Light, and Power personnel arrived on scene, found the gas leak, and stopped the flow. Fire crews ventilated the building and continued to monitor the air. They eventually determined the gas levels were safe and reopened the closed streets. One fire official says it was an accident of chance.
It's not real common. Most gas meters are located in the rear buildings. It just happens this one is in the side of the building. We'll have to ventilate the gas out of the building to make sure we don't have any explosion or fire hazard.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, 5 people from this building have been displaced indefinitely, and fire crews helped them retrieve belongings from the building. Now, the driver of the vehicle suffered minor injuries, while no other injuries were reported. No word on what the outcome of the building will be, and it is still unclear why exactly the driver hit the building. Guys, back to you.
Information we certainly hope to gather in the coming days. Thanks a lot, Ryan.
A 77-year-old woman died in a house fire on the Iron Range this morning. It happened on the 700 block of North Court in Eveleth around 11 o'clock this morning. Authorities say firefighters couldn't get into the house due to heavy smoke and heat. The home was a total loss. Multiple agencies responded to the fire, which took several hours to put out. Officials say the winter weather did not impact their ability to put the fire out or access fire hydrants. The victim's name has not been released, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Ignoring lowered school bus stop arms can mean life or death for students heading to and from school, but the Cloquet Police Department says that's exactly what more and more drivers are doing.
CBS 3's Ryan Campo caught up with local officials about how they plan to put an end to this issue.
It makes me feel like, well, why you were taught this as part of your training to be a driver yourself. Be aware of the rules of the road.
That's the message the Cloquet Transit Company is sending, hoping to ensure children's safety getting on and off school buses. For the past several years, the transit company says they've seen 5 to 10 violations in the Cloquet Area School District annually. But so far this year, it's happened at least 27 times. It's now a community effort to stop it from happening.
Not only law enforcement, but a lot of different public safety groups, along with the bus company. We've sent out information trying to educate the motoring public.
The Cloquet Police Department is implementing special enforcement to the Washington Avenue area with an eye out for drivers blowing past stop arms.
We already have officers at the Cloquet High School and the middle schools, but we will have those officers also keep an eye and patrol down Washington Avenue to make sure that we're not seeing the same things that the bus company is reporting continue.
Transit drivers say the amount of snow we receive makes this problem even more dangerous.
With the snowfall, the snow banks and everything, it's harder to see these kids waiting by the sides of the roads. on the corners, and it makes the roadway slicker. The buses have to stop. That all has to be taken into consideration when we're transporting kids.
The bus drivers also have a role to play in keeping kids safe.
They have to be taught, just like a driver, they have to be taught how to act in traffic, and that's something that we teach our drivers with the aid of the State Patrol.
The Cloquet Police Department is urging drivers to dial 911 if they see someone break the stop arm law.
All right, let's take a peek at weather. Dave, some people might start seeing some flakes here tonight.
Yeah, our latest low pressure system is lurking just to the north of our region. A couple of fronts coming through the region, all agents of lift. That brings the air up and the moisture combined with it, where the temperature and dew point can do their dance and create clouds and precip. Hasn't quite happened in our region yet, but just give it a little more time. So that low pressure system to our north, that's the latest in this long line of lows. It'll stick around till early tomorrow afternoon and bring us a few inches of snow, especially around the head of the lakes. But then tomorrow afternoon, high pressure, Arctic high pressure takes over and temperatures will start to go down, but only briefly because we have a third round of snow coming our way for the weekend. Our Wednesday day planner says there's a 90% chance we'll be getting this snow tomorrow morning with a temp around 10. We'll top out around 17 in the afternoon with a little bit of clearing happening through Thursday. But Friday, the clouds already return, and another chance to exercise our shoveling arms comes around for the weekend. The whole weekend or just the first half? I'll let you know in just a couple more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. And with that snow headed our direction, in less than 12 hours, St. Louis County Union plow drivers will be going on strike. A group of Teamsters Local 320 gathered tonight to make a plan. They plan on walking off the job at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning at the St. Louis County Public Works Building. The drivers plan to form picket lines at both entrances. They say they're ready to strike until they get fair and equal wages and benefits.
We will strike as long as it's needed. We don't want to be striking, but we need to stand up for what's right, especially with weather coming this way. We want to see the roads clear and safe for the drivers, but there's also a point we got to stand up for ourselves.
The county has said they have a plan to ensure that more than 3,000 miles of county roads do get plowed when it snows. It might just take them a while longer. Both sides have said they're open to more meetings and hope to make a deal soon.
The Duluth School District is now asking for your feedback as they consider redrawing district lines.
Yeah, it's a four-phase process that has been in the works for several months now.
It could result in students being moved from one school to another. The idea is to shrink class sizes and give students more opportunities at quality learning.
Today, the district entered phase 2 of that process. CBS3's John Cardinale explains how the public can help the school district.
The Duluth School District has been working on a four-phased redistricting process since October. It has been a collaborative effort.
With bringing together community members, staff, students, and coming up with all kinds of ideas for boundary scenarios.
Those scenarios have now been narrowed down to 3 boundary plans that the district is now looking for public comment on.
The idea isn't that we want people to choose one scenario over another, but to really look at the elements of each of those for elementary, for middle school, for high school. Which pieces do you like? Which pieces do you not like? What other things do we need to consider?
People can make their recommendations in multiple ways.
Either on the online survey between now and February 3rd, or we have community meetings on January 22nd and January 23rd.
After the feedback is taken, the board will move forward with a final proposed boundary plan.
We can come up with one final recommendation that the board will consider in February or March, depending on the feedback that we get and how much work we need to do to revise.
Superintendent Gronseth says it is unclear when the new district boundaries could go into effect. You can find the link to take the redistricting survey on our website, as well as details of the upcoming community meetings in January.
Meanwhile, an iconic building that sits in the heart of downtown Duluth may soon be for sale. School district officials are considering listing Duluth's historic Old Central High School for sale. At tonight's Duluth School District's Business Committee meeting, the sale of the building was brought up. It would take about $48 million from the district to renovate the historic building. This is money district officials say they just don't have.
The school district does not have the funding necessary to really take care of this building and be a good steward of this building. We want this to continue to be an iconic part of Duluth.
Quantas says at the moment there is no one interested in the building. The school board will decide whether or not to put the building on the market at next Tuesday's meeting.
Still to come on live local CBS3, a popular sled dog race in our area is getting some international love. We'll have the details.
And later, voters get their last chance at an up-close look at Democratic presidential candidates before the Iowa caucuses.
Record low temp for this date, 38 degrees below zero from 1965. I am old enough to remember that one. And even if it does get fairly chilly come Thursday morning, it won't be that cold, maybe 10, 20 below rather than 30, 40 below. In between, yeah, our second chance of snow is coming across later tonight. We'll talk about how much could come down coming up after our break.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture. Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Next, mix and match metals and wood. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Now for a limited time, lease an F-150 for just $279 a month or get over $10,500 in total savings. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
When I went to Aspen Dental, they asked me, "What's wrong?" I go, "I had rotting teeth in my mouth." My fiance hadn't seen me smile in 10 years. I have a child on the way here in the next 5 months. I would like to be able to smile in his first picture when he's born. They said we can do that. If I would have known that I was going to be 50 times happier with dentures, I would have fixed it before.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes, dentures start at $3.99 per arch. And yes to a 90-day denture money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Book at aspendental.com or call today.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible. Wow.
That's pretty sweet. That's cool.
Where's the trailer though?
Get 0% financing for 72 months on all 2020 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings. That's on top of most other offers. Visit TrueNorthChevyDealers.com.
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire. And there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture. Did you know most items can be in your home within a week? Plus, get free shipping. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, tonight we've got another winter weather advisory to talk about. This one goes through the middle section of Minnesota into the northern section of Wisconsin, but it does seem to spare the Iron Ranges border country and the upper peninsula. Winter weather advisory because we're looking at a few more inches of snow beginning perhaps shortly after midnight for much of our region. And this is the second of 3 systems, of course. Perhaps the biggest one of all comes for Friday and for Saturday. This one we'll call a moderate snowfall, at least in the advisory zone. We'll talk more about it, of course, after we take a look at the current conditions at the airport in Duluth, where it's 12 degrees, and then at least that's above zero. Relative humidity standing at 84%, and the wind is northerly northwesterly 8 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, we're looking at 30.14 inches of mercury, and with the low pressure system looming again, as usual, barometer readings should go down until they really start to increase tomorrow night as Arctic high pressure takes over, at least for Thursday. Temperatures right now, wide range out there. 25 Watersmeet, 23 Ironwood, 20 Ashland. A descending trend because it's only 8 above right now in Superior, at least at the Bong Airport. 12 in Hermantown, but down to 2 already for Hibbing, 3 or 2 International Falls. International National Falls may dip below zero here tonight by a couple of degrees. That's the advanced elements of Arctic high pressure coming to call. But of course, first we have to deal with lingering lower pressure that brought some snow this morning even and last night, and now round 2 again is expected later on this evening. So we've got the clouds and we've got a little bit of snow bubbling up from the southwest from this low and a little bit lurking to the north of our region from the same low pressure system. So 2 different directions coming our way and compressing and putting the snowy squeeze on our area probably through early tomorrow afternoon. So once we get into about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, yeah, much of our area is looking at just 1 to 3 inches. That's the Iron Range and Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But the center part of Minnesota and the northern part of Wisconsin could run 3 to 6. If the 6 happens, I think that's more towards the snow belt, Iron County, where it's always snowy, it seems, and maybe the 3 for the rest of the advisory zone. And then again, 1 to 3 for much of the rest of the region. But another chance of low pressure comes our way. Yeah, we get the low to leave tomorrow afternoon. Then the Arctic high comes in to make us chilly but sunny on Thursday. And then for Friday, Saturday, this low pressure system comes to town. And that one could bring perhaps another 6 inches of snow. Forecast tonight in Minnesota, we're looking for the snow chance. And we're looking at low temps to run from about 2 below inland to maybe 10 or so right by the lake. Wisconsin, Michigan, your low temps are warmer. 10 to 14 for the most part, though we've already seen a couple of exceptions. 40% snow chance for you folks after midnight. Then tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan high temps, 20 to 25. 80% chance for the morning snow ending in the afternoon. 90% chance for the snow in Minnesota ending in the afternoon and setting the stage for the Arctic invasion on Thursday. 10 below to start the day, 2 above to finish. And then warmer and cloudier and snowier Friday and Saturday. Again, that one could be about 6 inches around the region. In turn by Sunday, followed by another Arctic outbreak, back to below zero lows and daytime highs from 7 to 10.
10 below is too cold for me. Thanks, Dave. Well, the largest sled dog race in the lower 48 states is finishing up final preparations. That's right. The John Bear Cruise Marathon is now just under 2 weeks away. Hard to believe.
It's that soon. CBS3's Caitlin Moffitt spoke with organizers and mushers to see how preparations are going and what's new this year.
Through rain, sleet, snow, or negative temperatures, these mushers do it for the love of the sport.
Being a family of mushers is really quite a commitment. From time and energy, and you have to sacrifice some things that we live out in the middle of the woods. We don't, we have a different lifestyle.
And race officials say this year's weather brings with it great trail conditions.
So weather plays a huge role in where we start and how fast the race is. We need about a 12-inch base in order for our mushers to be safe with the brakes.
Not only are the trails in good shape due to the large snowfall followed by freezing temperatures, organizers say the trails are moving really fast.
They're really fast now, and they've been groomed, and we have our groomers are out. We're marking the trails. We're checking trail conditions.
16 mushers are expected to race in this year's 300-mile marathon, and the full-distance teams are expected to finish a few days later in Grand Portage.
Duluth is our home base. That's the home of the Bear Grease, and that's why we try to start in Duluth every year if we can. And then we're also able to include all the communities up the North Shore by having it a one-way race.
Tagging along this year will be a Norwegian production crew filming the race for its Arctic tour, which also includes the famed Iditarod in Alaska.
Bear Grease is a qualifier for the Iditarod, so we've had a long-standing partnership, and it's great to see all of these races kind of combining. We're starting to see a lot of synergies happening online through the mushing community, and we're all excited to kind of learn about the other races and learn about other cultures across the world.
Giving the world a look at one of northern Minnesota's most treasured races.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, with the Iowa caucuses looming, Democratic presidential candidates get one last chance to get their message out. We'll have the details.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
He's the only candidate in the race who has never taken a penny in contributions from any special interest. Ever. Independence. It's the way Mike will get it done.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
At Papa Murphy's, we've got high-class pizza for a low price. Right now, the Chicken Bacon Artichoke Pizza is just $9. Pick one up today for just $9 and enjoy a slice of the good life. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
You already know that Cary Toyota in Superior is a great place to buy and service your vehicle. But we have a lot more to offer every driver and not just people with Toyotas. We have the Yakima line of products for the adventure seekers, including roof racks, bike and kayak racks, and cargo carriers. We also have running boards, bed steps, and Axis brand tonneau covers like I put on my truck. And for those of you who like a clean vehicle, we have professional detailing services and all-weather floor liners from Toyota and WeatherTech. Cary Toyota in Superior. We have something for every driver.
Have you been thinking of a new kitchen? Turn drab into fab. Skip's Home Center can make your outdated cooking space shine again with a new 10x10 oak kitchen for as little as $1,675. We have the largest selection of in-stock cabinets in the Northland and an outstanding team of professionals who can answer any questions you have. We also offer an at-home design viewer before purchasing so you know exactly how it'll look before owning. Buy today. Enjoy your new kitchen tonight. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in and see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road in Duluth.
If you turn on our newscast, you're almost guaranteed to not see any national news. We're going to give you 30 minutes of news that's happening in the Northland.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
$700,000 more New Yorkers have health care coverage because Mayor Bloomberg got it done. He'll build on Obamacare with universal coverage and lower the cost of prescription medicine. Mike will get it done.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Over $60,000 in cash and prizes at the Bear.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Six Democratic presidential candidates took to the stage tonight for the final debate before the Iowa caucuses.
The candidates finally spent some time talking about foreign policy. CBS's Skylar Henry reports from Des Moines.
Foreign policy and presidential leadership took center stage at the Democratic debate in Iowa following the Trump administration's strike in Iraq that killed Iran's top general.
Donald Trump is taking us pell-mell toward another war.
We have got to undo what Trump did, bring that coalition together, and make sure that Iran never gets a nuclear weapon.
Senator Bernie Sanders pressed Joe Biden about his record on Iraq.
I did everything I could to prevent that war. Joe saw it differently.
It was a mistake, and I acknowledge that.
Former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg was the only military veteran on stage.
When I am president, any time, which I hope will never happen, but anytime I'm compelled to use force and seek that authorization, we will have a 3-year sunset.
Iowa's first in the nation caucuses are less than 3 weeks away, and a strong debate performance could influence voters here and give the winner momentum in the primaries that follow. Sanders and Elizabeth Warren were asked about their recent dust-up.
Anybody knows me, knows that it's incomprehensible that I would think that a woman could not be president of the United States.
I disagreed. The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women, Amy and me.
Half of the candidates on this stage are obligated to participate in President Trump's upcoming impeachment trial in the Senate, which could cut into their time on the campaign trail.
All right, Kelly's here now with a look at what's going on in sports.
Yeah, some big hockey matchups around the area, including this one. CEC girls hockey looking to set a new win streak record for the school tonight. That's next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Water makes life possible on Earth and in our homes. Culligan conserves this resource with its high-efficiency water softener, the world's best because it uses less water, and that matters to all of us. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Northwest Outlet, your winter clothing headquarters for men, women, and kids. Northwest Outlet stocks more winter clothing than anyone in the area. Hurry, for a limited time only, save up to 40% off on any in-stock Columbia and the North Face winter jackets, pants, boots, gloves, hats. That's right, up to 40% off. Spend more, save even more. Nobody even comes close to their gigantic winter inventory. Save up to 40% off on any in-stock Columbia and the North Face. Northwest Outlet, the family's winter clothing headquarters.
Got you some sun protection.
But we work inside.
What's that?
He's testing the rollers.
Ma'am, I need to see your ID.
But I'm your mother.
Now what?
He's doing surprise trust falls.
I trust you, Jim.
Western National can cover your business and your home.
You'll get me next time.
With Western National, you'll have to find something else to worry about.
Dear road rivals, I hope you like second place, because first place is all mine. You see, AMCI testing certified that I have better traction up steep hills than the Honda CR-V. I'm a stickler for really good traction, and I won't let go of my grip on first place anytime soon. Sorry, not sorry. RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
If you turn on our newscast, you're almost guaranteed to not see any national news. We're going to give you 30 minutes of news that's happening in the Northland.
Watch Anthony Mack weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Our shower was like 20 years old, and it was just in the worst condition. We had a new shower put in, and it was acrylic, and there's hardly any cleaning compared to the other one. We decided to call Bath Planet, and Wayne did contact us, and he made sure that it was a good time for us.
He came here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Job was done by 4 o'clock.
I'm so glad that we chose Bath Planet.
For a free estimate, call Bath Planet today at 218-228-0435.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, tonight over on the My9 Sports Network, it was the battle of two teams with very similar records. So truly anyone's game up on the Iron Range. Grand Rapids welcoming in Cloquet Esco Carleton. Just 25 seconds into this game, CEC sends it on the board. Christian Galat sends it on net from a tight angle, and it goes in. Jack's taken early 1-0 lead. It takes 10 minutes, but Grand Rapids does have an answer. Easton Young in front off of a great feed, and we are tied at 1. 4 minutes before the intermission, Hunter Bishop takes it himself and gives the Thunderhawks the lead, and they never look back. They'd add another in the second period and go on to win it 4-2, the final. And the first of two games over at the Heritage Center tonight. Proctor against Duluth Denfeld in the first one. Through the first, this game belonged to the goalies. The Hunters put Cody Uri to work tonight in goal. Through a full period, there wasn't a shot Uri couldn't stop. He stopped a total of 10 through the first. Sean Eastie was the same for the Hunters, stopping 8 shots on goal to keep it scoreless. But over the next 2 periods, the Hunters would go on to score 5 unanswered and win it 5-0, the final. In game 2, it was Duluth East welcoming in Prior Lake from the Twin Cities. First period, Lakers strike first. Las Cable wraps around the goals to swipe this one in, and the Lakers held a 1-0 lead through the entire first period, and only until 5 minutes left in the second when Jack Fellman finds Charlie Erickson, who puts it past Trevor Boschi in goal. East had it tied at 1 heading into the third, and this one would end in overtime in a 3-3 tie. Up on the Iron Range, maybe some Section 7A playoff previews. Hermantown, Greenway, the Hawks get the 8-3 revenge win, I would call it, over Greenway, thanks in part to a goal and 3 assists from Zach Kylan. Evelyn Gilbert defeated International Falls on the road 4-3 as well. And the CEC girls looking to make it 16 straight tonight against Hibbing Chisholm. Scoreless into the second period. Kiana Bender with it, hits Taylor Nelson. She scores. The top scoring duo for the Jacks make it 1-0, and they are fired up. But later in the second, here come the Blue Jackets. Emma Lundell finds the loose puck and makes it count. All of a sudden, it's a tie game. Late in the second, CEC looking to answer. Lauren Cockatoo. Dana Jones hits the pipe. It goes right into Addison Hess. Nearly the go-ahead goal, but it stays tied after 2. Despite not seeing a score on the screen, CEC won it to extend their winning streak, 2-1 the final. Finally, according to MLB.com's Mark Feinstad, slugging through third baseman Josh Donaldson has agreed to a 4-year deal with the Minnesota Twins worth $92 million. I say finally because finally we add someone. It's the second biggest deal ever signed for a player 33 years or older. Donaldson is 34 and was named the American League MVP in 2015 as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. Tough night for the Minnesota Wild. They fall 7-3 to the Penguins. Zach Parise with a pair of goals, but still somehow ended up a -1 on the ice. And the Milwaukee Bucks in action against the New York Knicks at Pfizer Forum thanks to 37 points from Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bucks improved to 36-6 on the season with a 128-102 win. That is going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center. Proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
Right. Feel your devices come alive. Speeds from 100 meg up to 1 gig. Stunning streaming video. Unbeatable power. Wi-Fi on blast. 99.9% network reliability. 100% incredible. Switch to Extreme Internet 100 today for $34.99 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
There are a lot of reasons why someone chooses to be an attorney, but I was motivated by one reason. I wanted to help people. And I've built Nicolay Law to become a firm full of people who are motivated to help others.
Clients generally come to us when they feel like their lives have been turned upside down.
So that's where we come in and they have somebody on their side.
They leave feeling as though they can rebuild their lives or grow from there. Nicolay Law, the North Shore's injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
At Miller Hill Subaru, we believe in the mission of saving homeless pets and placing as many as possible in loving homes. Nearly 800 pets have been given a second chance through the Subaru Love a Pet adoption event in the past 12 years. We sponsor rescue groups near and far who share in this mission. And it's clear our amazing community supports adoption, welcoming these deserving pets to their forever homes. This is what collaboration and commitment to our community means to us.
Bart picks me up when I call.
It gets me to my appointments.
It gets me to class.
It gets me to practice.
It gets me to go shopping.
It gets me from school.
It gave me my mobility back.
And it gets me here with my friends.
The bus is always warm.
At Bay Area Rural Transit, we have over 82,000 reasons to ride. One for every person who lives here.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
All right, Dave, when are we going to start seeing those snowflakes start falling?
You know, I think after midnight they'll finally start creeping into our region. Then, just like yesterday, we get about 12 hours worth of snow coming down. So some of us will get more than others. We take a look at the maps and see that the middle part of our region covered by a winter weather advisory till about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in Minnesota, maybe 3 for Wisconsin. Iron Range and Upper Peninsula off the hook right now. I think that zone could manage 3 to 6 inches. The rest of us 1 to 3. And this is the second of 3 go-rounds with snow that's coming around here, and in between, wedged in on Thursday, an Arctic high pressure system, meaning 10 below for the low, 2 above for the high. The next round of snow Friday and Saturday, some charts indicate about 6 inches region-wide, and of course we will keep our eye on every model update and bring you the details as they come across.
All right, thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow night.